What were we saying about Bulba?
He asked me who I thought was going to win.
Okay.
I said Vici Gaming. He said why. I said they have Terrorblade, and he chuckled. Cap. I have known Samson South for some time, and I had a feeling that we would see this man on this hero in this moment. It's traditionally, I think, one of his favorites.
Did he try and do the laugh where he's like, you don't know what you're talking about, Kyle?
No, no, no. He's terrible at playing Mafia.
Yeah, he is.
It was very obvious that they value the TB.
Ah, Sam, man, he asks questions and yet still is giving away information.
My favorite of the cop claims from, where was it? Katowice, I want to say.
Oh, God.
That was the strat. Claim cop every game, and he actually was, and you still didn't believe him anyway.
Yeah, and that's how you end up losing it for Town.
Indeed. But either way, I like what EG's got. This is very much in their comfort zone. I thought the bans were interesting. Ban Viper, a break mechanic. Ban out Timbersaw, a hard counter to the DK. Then take DK plus break. And I think that the panel was already just discussing, you know, the Americas regions with Hoodwink. It actually can work. Nobody else seems to value the hero. But it should be quite effective here. And already off to a huge lead mid. Abed is dumpstering Dark Mago.
Let me just say, I've been playing a lot of Hoodwink. Not been super impressed with the hero. Very hard to make work, I feel like. And I have been impressed by the very few people who have been willing to play it in these professional matches. Was not expecting to see an elimination match, but Crit probably the most confident of any of the pro players right now when it comes to playing in these sort of matches with a new hero.
It's always fun.
Versus Dark Mago mid. I mean, this is a matchup that happens in pubs sometimes.
Yeah. I think Abed probably a slight skill advantage, and as I always said, the matchup lead as well, although it's, I don't know if the lane is supposed to be domination, but Abed's on route to a very early bottle.
Well, I'm going to say Void Spirit versus any of these ranged heroes typically gets a really big CS lead, right? He's got really good base damage. His attack animation is incredible. And a Quaswex Invoker in particular is very low on damage.
Arteezy's just trading so hard. He might pop meta down there and look to fight. Free courier for Crit. He'll take those.
Managed to get him inside of the cogs here, but a good spear away might just save Oscar's life. And Matthew, with no more battery assaults, should be fine as well.
A lot of damage dealt, though. Either way, it's going to be very difficult for them to recover in this bottom lane if they fall behind. And Sven's an interesting hero counter. We've seen this with Sven a bunch. This was one of the old OG's favorite combinations. You have an easy Sunstrike setup. You've got Alacrity for a hero that lacks a lot of attack speed but has a ton of built-in damage. My concern is that, much like some of the VP lineups that have been unsuccessful, NOPING don't have any save. They don't have any like kind of counter initiation or combo break. It's straight up stun a guy, kill a guy.
Yeah.
On the side of EG,
what's wrong with that? You got a Sven. Do you need a save for a Sven?
I just worry about him getting kited. I feel like the Scotty timing on Terrorblade, the Ags on the Void Spirit, will create so much chaos in team fights that the support duo just won't really have a purpose. And EG, Hoodwink in the trees, for easier timing for tower pushes, both TB and DK able to take tier 1 objectives quite early.
Well, I'll just say that I'm a little bit more optimistic about NOPING's lineup here, just because of the fact that it feels like if Evil Geniuses want to be able to play a slower game where TB farms up a Scotty, I think NOPING wanted to be able to be comfortable going late, you know? So they go for this Sven, they go for a nice hard carry. They can match up against TB, only I feel like because they've got both Ice Blast as well as you said, the Quaswex Invoker to be able to help out with the Alacrity. No detection. 2 supports move it in, but a really good Ghost Walk pop there by Dark Mago. Oh, trying to go for the deny of the water rune. He is coming back, and they're going to try and shackle him to the tree. Does manage to pull him in. Oh, Dark Mago. You could do those sort of things in these pubs. I can't believe he had the balls to do that in front of 3 EG members, but he managed to get away with it.
One benefit is that both Hoodwink and Clock are relatively low damage heroes this early on, but yeah, that would have been a really funny way to die though. Try to deny rune, fail, and then die anyway, but EG off to a nice start in the laning phase. Big part of their success at the Singapore Major was their laning prowess. Arguably 3 of the best laners in Dota 2, but specifically Arteezy and Ice, I think, almost always looking to be given favorable matchups on the side lanes. Fly with the 5-position clock. I'm a big fan of this, especially when you have a carry that doesn't need too much help. He's left RTZ alone a little bit, so there's a bit of a level advantage there.
Yeah, it's one of the only melee carries that I feel comfortable having a melee 5-4 right now. Because half the time, well, he's ranged. But then the other half, the kill potential of just being able to have a cogs into a Metamorphosis TB. And as you said, relatively self-sufficient if he's faced up against a bunch of physical damage. Oh, managed to get the cogs there, but RTZ a little bit blocked out. Actually could turn around and fight RTZ here. Oscar is out of mana, so they have nothing here but just right clicks against the Terrorblade with high armor. RTZ is going to back down, fearing that there's more behind that.
Yeah, I like the build though. Already with the raindrop, still has a Fairy Fire and a full wand. It's the anti-gank. It'll be very tough for NOPING to take him down. Theoretically, it's the Invoker that'll rotate, but he'll need a bunch more levels, and he is currently getting bodied. 38 and 10 on Abed, 22 and 2 on the Invoker.
Tornado hoping to be able to secure the first power rune of the game. Unfortunately for NOPING, down the other side. Panda Boo, go for the deny. He gets the deny on the double damage rune. It will cost him his life, though. I think that's fair enough. Do you think that's a fair trade-off?
Hard to say, right? Because the DD theoretically can get purged off by the Invoker Tornado. It does create a huge threat to the Sven, so in a way, that's a nice save.
I mean, he just would have been a refill on his bottle and a double damage that just would have been waiting there for the next 2 minutes to use.
Fly, oh, what a 5. TP's mid, gives Abed his phase boots, and refills the bottle. That bottle refill is going to get nerfed at some point, because it's not just the full, or the fill rather, it's the extra charge that typically supports are able to push out as well.
Oh, absolutely.
So 4 bottle charges and a perfect timing to TP in. That's some really good 5-position play. Abed already ahead, you get a move like that, suddenly you're dominating.
They had the ward on the high ground, so they do know that Abed is here. HFN quickly gonna skedaddle on out of here. They will not be able to alleviate this pressure that's currently happening on the tower.
This is a great move. Ice isn't even level 6, but they have the catapult wave, so why not? When you're strong, create a scenario where now that you've brought numbers, there's a no-win scenario for NOPING. How do you defend that tower? I mean, how many heroes do you have to bring? 5?
Yeah. I love the fact, stop jungling, let's push. That's exactly what Evil Geniuses were doing there. They were hitting, they were pushing, they were using that siege wagon, and NOPING, who couldn't defend, just have to hit jungle instead.
Yep, you can already see in the net worth reflected. EG just crushing this game. And even though they were number 2 NA, you got to figure that the team that was number 2 at the previous major is going to be heavy favorites here. So far, they're playing like it. Although, keep in mind, NOPING, they looked real bad against Quincy Crew in the first game, came back to make a very competitive series, nearly made their path into the top 6. Crit.
EMP not quite landing there, but plenty of cold snap damage, and that should be enough unless the bushwhack. Nice dodge there from Dark Mango, moved slightly to the left. Unfortunately, that was a level 4 hoodwink, so he was able to just run through those trees with the extra bit of movement speed as well.
Abed as a haste rune would love it if he crafts some dust, but this is a nice move. Ice.
Got to be able to find Matthew. Fly. Got to put him in the cogs. Matthew searching for a way out, but won't be able to find one. They're going to TP in Oscar here, but he's immediately found by the Void Spirits with the Remnant. They will manage to get the return kill onto Fly. They can use the rest of that God Streak to continue to farm up some jungle creeps.
Yeah, EG feeling themselves. I really like that move from Ice, just to force rotations. All 5 heroes had to come middle for that, and now he just moves right back top. Part of the reason this DK hero is so strong, just check out the stats, right? 14 armor, 1,300 health with strength treads. EG are very disciplined, almost everybody holding a full wand and a raindrop, so represents, what, another 400, 500 health on top of that? If you kill him here, well, that's going to take 3-4 heroes. RTZ's TB will get a couple extra minutes of free farm. This might be the smoke crit. Yep. They have a haste on Abed. They'd really like to use it. No meta on RTZ. He's just using it to farm. Under dire vision, but doesn't really matter. There's no way to pressure him here is the trouble.
Yeah.
Both supports just +1s. You know, they'll add a little bit of damage, but Mars not in a position to really get too aggressive. Thought they were going to smoke. Does Crit have one?
Maybe they want to finish up farming this camp real quick, and then they can smoke up with Ice. Is his dragon form going to be up soon? 30 seconds. I don't don't know. Don't feel like there's a need to smoke for them right now, right?
They thought about it. Like, that's why Crit's mid. He's like, wait, aren't we chilling? Like, we have the Terror Blade.
Yeah. Like, they want to... The only moves that they need to make right now are whenever Dragon Form is up, right?
Yeah.
Like, pressuring that mid tower is the next move for them.
I really like Dowie's insight, too. Like, why can Quincy Crew beat EG? Well, they'll take the fight to them. EG, they are down to farm. You know, they like a game that's chill vibes.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like, oh, big move. They're going to steal the stack.
Oh, just get the hedge. Need to get the chain stun here. The tornado's going to make things a little bit awkward, but they do manage to have the Earth Spike off of that one. Nicely played by Matthew, timing that well.
I was really scared for a second that he was going to survive, but the Lion Stun was well timed. Because the Sven Stun's not going to land. Abed would have been able to Astral Step away, but they set that up nicely. EG do take the stacks, but they lose their mid hero, which is big. Top net worth on the team.
Yeah, absolutely, and is an opportunity perhaps for NOPING to be able to make some moves. Of course, there isn't a ton of pressure on them either. In many ways, they just want to be able to keep this Sven farming, occasionally get a pick off, and to prevent their mid tower from going down. I'm surprised Ice used Dragon Form. They're going to try and go for this one. Oscar very aggressively. He's all by himself. I feel like in a way, this is almost a bluff. Most of his allies are actually in the top part of the map.
Nah, it was a bluff, but it works out because by playing fearfully, he makes himself a target. Since so many of his allies, like, they were smoked elsewhere, right? So they know there's a line level 6 and an Invoker off map. So he represents them being behind him so long as they don't show. So well done by the squad. They get a needed tower, a little bit of gold infusion. We'll see how they're able to exploit map control off of it. Have we seen an arena yet?
No, I don't believe so.
No.
And we'll probably not see one at this pace until we actually have the Blink Dagger complete for Oscar. 2,000 net worth lead, but that was mostly gained through the early maneuver up to the top lane and such. Otherwise, it's actually Staven kind of even here. Shot goes out. That's going to go a bit wide.
There is like a 1,200 or so gold in, I guess, what would it be? What's the what does it mean when kinetic energies and potential energy, potential gold sitting in that ancient camp?
Yes, absolutely.
Hard camp tripled. I think ancients are 4 or 5, 3, 4?
3 maybe 4. Hard to tell.
Sven's already top net worth. So the question is, what is the build? That is only 3. They've tried to stack in more than that. But Ice has a blink. They're gonna make a move on mid. That tower's the target.
And it's funny because that Blink Dagger a little bit ahead of the Mars Blink Dagger. And you can see just that gold difference there. 500 net worth difference between the two offlaners, but it is what allows Evil Geniuses to get aggressive first when it comes to this mid tower. And NOPING not ready to play for this team fight yet. They're going to give up this mid tower and attempt to deny by Mr. Mago.
Not looking. Oh, hang on, they're already in.
Really
That's a blink DK. No respect.
Abed? They're going to try and commit. Oh, the hook shot goes a little bit wide, but Matthew was unable to defend his core anyway. Get a really nice stun off of this one. And okay, the spear goes out, but there's nobody else to follow this up. In fact, if anything, the Mars got to be careful here. Trying to back up through the tier 2 will be okay, but ultimately, that's a cooldown used for nothing gained.
Dark Mago is going to have to wake up, or he'll have plenty of time to sleep in on his flight back home, because after that mid lane, now getting just... They saw DK form. They saw Blink. None of this was hidden. He just farms the lane. Again,
now they lose their control of their triangle as a result of him dying, right?
There's no save. Yeah, Mars can arena, but you're 100% dead. That was such a weird maneuver.
Yeah. 12 camps stacked by NOPING. Sadly, you're going to have to cut down that number by at least 3 there, as that hard camp was taken. I don't know if they got anything out of the ancient stack. Stun spear into Cogs. Oh, he broke his own Cogs just in time before he got speared to it. That might have been his death otherwise.
This is just typical EG plays, you know? They've maybe made a couple of errors here individually, but playing the macro game, controlling the resources, looking to harvest more minerals.
Do you feel like this was how EG did so well at the last major? Because I felt like it was very focused on laning phase rather than their farm, and I felt like they were relatively active. I think it was just the Arteezy Razor game that really stuck with me.
Yeah. Maybe more of a focus on Abed. I think this game, Arteezy's just been given a bit more priority. It's helped that the meta also has shifted to put ice on more active heroes naturally. Yeah, he can still be a little selfish when he's on his Viper or his Timbersaw, but on DK, like, you're buying Blink, you're trying to stun people. You know, he's popping ulti. It's naturally going to create a lot of space for harder carries.
Oh, they got him. Hook shot, and now the shot comes in. It's going to be enough, but at the same time, HFN managed to find, oh, what a spear, Oscar! He managed to find the Void Spirit. Abed, though, does manage to stay alive. It would have been a massive kill for them. They would have traded 1 for 3 with a huge core pickup. Sadly, though, no follow-up disables there from NOPING.
They're not in a bad spot. I mean, end of the day, NOPING, they like their 4 Protect 1. Yeah, they're behind, but HFN's top of the network charts. Again, the Invoker's game is just... it's just not great. He'll have a Vessel at some point. It will be incredibly useful against the DK. But my big concern is that, much like a lot of the games we've seen, it feels like the one core just can't carry when his enemies just simply have more spreading of the wealth. Because it's a Terrorblade. That's an incredibly hard carry, but Abed's also very much activated. You're going to be dealing with DK stun constantly spammed on you. BKB will be the next choice.
Definitely feels like a 3-core versus a 1-core.
Yeah.
Oscar on the low ground, here's the smoke. Up on the high ground is going to left in a little bit sandwich. Sharpshooter lands correctly, but does manage to get off the spear combination here. That is going to leave Ice a little bit low, burned down by the EMP. Yes, he is, but unfortunately, Dark Mango unable to get away. Deafening Blast pushing him out, but the Remnant doesn't quite clip him. Can he dodge away into the trees? Can he ghost walk out of this one? He's still dusted. Oh, Arteezy barely gets that last hit in for the triple.
That's just Arteezy. Too easy. The Hoodwink break, very effective against Mars, especially with the Terrorblade on your team, because you don't have to fear about the Bulwark anymore. That damage reduction disappears. And ultimately, at this point, like, this is the trouble with the NOPING lineup. What is their team fight? It's the arena. That's it. And theoretically, the Invoker spells, but, you know, you're able to get the 1 kill, the 2 kills.
Yeah.
But you can't actually win the fights unless you're somehow initiating and bursting a core before he has a chance to use any spells. And right now, it's all EG. Only a 3K gold lead. Like, it feels, now 2K, but it feels like they're in a much better spot. Somehow HFN's gonna have to get active.
Oh, didn't actually plant the tree there. Hook shot into the Void Spirit. That is gonna leave our Clockwork very dead. The Tornado does manage to hit with God Strength active. Oh, never mind. Yule Scepter gonna keep HFN at bay here. Can they keep going? HFN, it looks like he's like, I want to do something with this God Strength more than just this 1 kill. Watch that team fight again. Man, what an initiation from Fly, catching the 2 supports like that.
Arteezy just pops a double, and the trouble with the Invoker, this is again what Aoi was saying during the pregame. If you play against these Void Spirit heroes, Clockworks, you just get jumped. And yeah, you're very mobile, but ultimately you're not going to be able to save yourself. And Abed just gunning for him all game. Big smoke up. DK form already popped. They know there's no Sven ultimate. This is a great timing from EG.
Where they're going to run into Panda Boo if he's in the right position. Breaking the smoke is going to be big. HFN targeted, but where was the Dragon Tail? Ice, was he maybe a little bit out of range there to be able to get it off on the Sven? Instead, hit him with an attack that obviously isn't going to stop HFN even having the testicular fortitude to farm the hard camp on the low ground right next to Evil Genius's incursion into this jungle area.
Oh, they're smoking up, but they have no Sven ult cap. They got to be really cautious. Everything else is available.
Cold Snap plus the Vessel. That's going to keep Fly slowing down his retreat. Burned out a mana as well. Missed out on the spear, but that is still a very dead Hoodwink. They found the initiation onto the Invoker. Ice Blast. Dark Magoo, he's in trouble, trying to get away from Arteezy. Abed committing, jumps through him, not quite enough damage. A deafening blast in, and now he's been caught by the spear. Good catch from Oscar.
I cannot believe that fight worked out so well for NOPING. I actually can't believe it. They arena with the spear, finger, and yet EG still commit. They could not finish the Invoker. Didn't look like, was Ice? Just, I guess no DK form, so not necessarily in position. They may look to defend middle. However, HFN, like, they didn't even have Sven ulti. Now it's available.
Yeah.
How did they win that fight?
I mean, they just found the pickoff on one of those damage-dealing supports. Abed, they committed very heavily onto the Invoker, right, but wasn't able to finish him off. What is the build on the Invoker? Why was he so tanky? It felt like, for whatever reason, this Invoker, or excuse me, the Terrorblade didn't do very much damage to him.
I don't know.
Okay, he wasn't kind of there at the start. Popped meta.
Yeah, a little bit late, and also there was no DK form, so no damage added from ice. Like you can see him kind of circling around on the low ground, was low on mana, and then they just catch Abed. So just, I guess a poor fight from EG. No,
I didn't see a Bulwark going out. Oh, Oscar right in the middle of things. Evil Geniuses, they've already killed Fly, but can Oscar get away? It looks like Abed's looking for more. Yeah, Oscar's definitely dead, but at the same time, Abed is going to be able to find Dark Mago, and this time around, buyback, they're actually going back in with HFN. He's going for RTZ. They need to disable, and they've got it too. Oscar with a buyback, and the spear in with the arena will manage to get the kill. A buyback that nets at a huge pickoff, and an opportunity for Roshan. And so HFN, he's not going to let Crit get away with this. One hit, two hit, and a third, fourth. That's it for a double kill, HFN. The rest of the God Strength, yep, straight into the pit.
I'm going to have to examine my potential EG bias, Cap, because I was thinking, all right, well, I've seen this story before many times, but no ping, on point. Perhaps we underrate the effects of an AA and a Mars? Like, the BKB of HFN, yeah, he just runs at Arteezy. Then the arena, then they spear. I'm talking about the lack of save on no ping. Well, at the end of the day, if he doesn't have a Sunder target, Arteezy can't go toe-to-toe with the Sven yet if he gets up in his face. The Scotty timing, that will be huge, but he's still a ways away. It really feels like... I don't even know what it feels like. I feel confused.
For me, anyway, I feel like this game is on Oscar, right? Like, he's got to hit the right kind of initiations, the right kind of arena that totally neutralizes the Terrorblade. He gets the right kind of spear. That could be a dead core, right? Could be Arteezy, could be Abed. He's going to have to put in some serious work in these team fights, and so far, he's been doing a good job of it. 15 to 12, Evil Genius is only up by 1K. Unfortunately, no ping did not feel good enough to be able to do Roshan, so that is still an objective out there, and Evil Geniuses are still the ones playing on no ping side of the map. Hook shot in. Managed to catch the Invoker. Ice has Dragon Force to be able to get the range stun in. The Ice Blast is going to make sure that Fly does die. Traded out for the Invoker, though. Worth it for him. Now the Arena Spear combo. Onto the Dragonite. HFN farming on the side here is going to pop the God Strength. Now committing. Seeing that Evil Geniuses were going to abandon the Dragonite, he now commits forward. And what can they do with the rest of this? I mean, he is getting so farmed.
He's huge. And you can see EG, they're able to commit for that first kill, but they don't have BKBs.
Yep.
So they're not really able to contest. And HFN, yeah, typically single core eventually loses out to multiples, but at the moment, he is lord of this game. He does more damage than anybody else before the Alacrity, and he pops BKB and he's uncontested. Yeah, Fly could potentially hook and cog him away, but he's using that to initiate.
Yeah. Definitely, I mean, HFN's item of choice. This looks like a very focused build towards the 25-minute mark, right? He's completing out the SNY. He's got the small crit right now. They can, if they win this next team fight and get Roshan, like, I feel like they're just going to take over the map. And we haven't even seen the Alacrity built up on HFN either.
And it also just feels like AA as a concept is a better hero.
Oh, never mind. He didn't. He had the Yasha queued up. Instead, he's like, no, I'm going to go for the data list.
I like this. I've never been a huge fan of Sanjin Yasha with a blink.
Okay.
You have blink to get you into the fight. So just get raw damage with your Echo. A crit, maybe even a double crit, you can explode these EG supports and do a lot of damage to the Terrorblade.
He's also got the level 20 talent, 25 movement speed. So again, another reason why he may not need the Yasha right now.
Just doing a great job. The AA, man, it's such an insane amount of damage. Magical burst increased, helps out the Lion Finger. You saw that pop. I think it was Fly at the start of that last fight. Finally, the Aghanim's up on Abed, but it feels like after a dominant performance, he's kind of dropped off the face of the earth.
Oh, certainly. I mean, that one time where he committed for the Invoker kill, dies for it, smoke up on both sides. Oh no! They jump straight into Terrorblade Illusions. A three-man bushwhack coming out from the Hoodwink. Does manage to control up most of no ping. They're gonna have to back out of this. They're all a bit low. Evil Geniuses, not one to overextend here. They've got this nice Scotty timing on Arteezy, but they will respect the buyback on the Ancient Apparition. They're gonna start moving towards the Roshan pit.
It's a huge power spike for Abed though. When you have the Ags, the double pulse in addition to the AoE silence, your hero just straight up has more damage in the fight.
Yeah.
Arteezy with the Scotty, this is the key item timing. They are ready, they have a Solar Crest. Suddenly the Terror Blade can almost match the Sven in damage output. And man, are you gonna give this up, NOPING?
I mean, Evil Geniuses are, they're scared that NOPING isn't going to give this up, but right now they're all playing triangle.
Stuff, that's the AA factor as well though. Cap, we were talking about it a series ago. The blast into the pit, providing a ton of vision. It's very spooky to be in here as a squad.
They're gonna go back in now, but meta's down. If anything, NOPING, they may have the advantage. I'm not sure. God Strength versus meta, both of them are so key to those cores.
I think you go for it. I don't want to give a free rush here.
Oh, hook shot, long range, does manage to connect. This time on the line, Matthew immediately throws out all of his damage. He says, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me, Oscar. Oh no, he gets silenced. Abed going for the back lines. Both the support's very low, but he backs away. He doesn't overcommit himself like he did last time. He says, this kill on Oscar, remember, that was still a dieback from long ago. He's got that extended death timer, and this is an opportunity for them to finish Roshan now.
Arteezy's doing an incredible job microing these illusions. He's canceling blink daggers, doing a ton of damage, and Fly, they just go for it.
And Dabu, be careful.
No Mars, this is a very tough fight.
Okay, now the Ice Blast is used. Evil Geniuses may get a bit more aggressive with finishing off this Roshan. HFN, he spotted Alacrity on him. Ice is actually going for it, but it didn't hit the Dragon Tail. Bushwhack going out, controls up the Sven, but once he's done, he's gonna just take out Ice immediately. Matthew, okay, again, Abed doubling back. Woo! The sharpshooter shot, not quite on the mark, but Roshan has been finished, and now looks like HFN, he's kind of stuck inside of this one. Is they're gonna be able to pick up the Aegis, but HFN, he doesn't give a damn about these extra lives. He can take on anybody from EG, it feels like.
Double crit. What are you supposed to do about that, Fly? Oh man, he just got Shrek'd. It's getting a little scary. You can see the net worth of the NOPING cores, with the exception of HFN, they are fading fast. And at a certain point, every hero on EG is going to have either a spacing tool or a BKB. The Mars then is eliminated from the game, much like the Invoker. And the Yules and the Kiting, the Scotty, it's going to get really difficult for HFN. He's beyond godlike, but he has to be able to hit stuff, and that's not going to get much easier as the game progresses.
It feels like, for me, anyway, Kyle, this last Roshan was really important for NOPING to take, right? Because they're hitting such a nice timing with this Sven that I wanted to see them start being the aggressors.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, as you say, he's just not going to have a whole lot of help coming out from the rest of NOPING, especially since Dark Mago, he did not go for a Hanamitis build, right? Which would have prolonged his life in the game. Maybe we just had seen the Cataclysm. He is just going all mid-game items.
Yeah, and HFN, the trouble when you play a Sven is why you want to have a killer advantage at this point. Look at his item slots. That's kind of 6-slotted in a way. And sure, you know, we've had added tools. He could eat an Ags, a Moon Shard. He could upgrade his Blink Dagger, but the problem is you can't, like, that isn't real. Like, those items fall off in terms of their cost effectiveness. So he wants to win fights now, but they're fighting into an Aegis. So do you really want to do that?
I mean, it is a Terrorblade Aegis. A hero that doesn't necessarily take advantage of that second life the best. They're going to find Fly. Once again, Fly always positioning himself. Good interception there with the Remnant, and they managed to get the Bushwhack, but HFN popped his BKB just before that stun. The Mars having to deal with Terrorblade. Arteezy pumping in the damage and does manage to get at least one here. Tornado going out trying to protect Matthew, but he's going to be caught by Ice as well. Once again, NOPING. Much of the time, their initiation is just being kind of ruined by Fly's clockwork.
Now this is when, it's kind of what we expected EG's draft to do, but perhaps just a little bit earlier. The Scotty timing was everything. Brian has not shut up about it in the green room for a few days. And with Butterfly coming online soon and the Elven Tunic, not to mention the level 10 talent, this is dangerous for the Sven because all of a sudden that's a lot of evasion you're going to have to deal with on Arteezy.
Yeah, that Elven Tunic, that's gross. That poor Sven. He doesn't have an NKB to be able to deal with that free evasion the Terrorblade has. Melee barracks soon to fall, even in melee form. Arteezy knows he's got a big advantage.
Yeah, he is at 30% evasion right now.
Yeah.
Before Butterfly.
Yeah.
And that'll push him to above 50%. And suddenly, you look at the draft, you're like, wait, how are we going to kill this guy? He has so much health. And unfortunately for the No Ping lineup, if they don't find the pickoffs, and so far Fly and Abed have done a great job, it's just they're creating chaos. The hook, the steps forward, all spells burnt, just to keep people off of Arteezy, so he's free to hit from afar with the Dragon Lance, with the Scotty. Everything working out so far. 30 minutes about to hit. Not much has changed. Top net worth HFN, but the next 3 are gaining. They are all EG.
Oh, nice. You see him? He would have been caught if he blinked farther backwards to the right like they expected him to. Probably would have been hit by that remnant from Abed, but really good read and move from HFN, juking him out. Butterfly now complete. So, and timing is here. No ping, serious disadvantage for them.
55% of your hits are going to miss, Cap. That is quite a disadvantage.
In some ways, do you feel like they can't ignore Arteezy and just try and blow up everybody else?
Yeah, in theory, but they're probably just going to hit too hard. And if you ignore him as the Sven, you get kited. That's the big issue, and that's why the Scotty timing is so effective.
Which comes down to, again, perhaps the arena being all important. I mean, Arteezy doesn't have a way to work around that one with no BKB, so whether it's locking the Terrorblade in and going for everybody else that's outside of the arena or vice versa, we're gonna have to find a way to deal with Arteezy. He's not giving them much time to figure that out. It's flying a deep ward. Spots Panda Boot. Oh! Fly just never able to walk away from one of these initiations. The Lion is a finishing touch with the finger.
Yeah, but keep in mind, Matthew, he's used a whole bunch of these fingers on Fly. In fact, I think all 3 of his stacks are from clock kills. And theoretically, it's always good to get kills, but that's a huge tool. You know, that's your 4 position. He's trying to burst down enemy carries, and they've yet to kill a Terrorblade with the finger. And Arteezy, he's been a little quiet, 5-1-7. He's doing his job, 365 CS. Only topped right now by HFN with 418. Who I believe is saving for Bobek. He's got a Hyperstone queued up. Unsure if that'll go towards an AC or a Moon Shard. But he is level 25 soon on the Sven. Just hit it, 50% God Strength damage.
Okay.
Those crits, if they hit, will hit very, very hard.
And a haste rune for him too. The Aegis is expired. No ping. This may be an opportunity soon for them to get active. Good read there. Fly. Scouting him out with a rocket flare. Keeping him honest.
And there is no Aegis anymore. Somewhat quiet time in the game as we wait for Roche to spawn.
Problem is, this top lane always pushing in, mixed with the rocket flares, means that Evil Geniuses, even if they don't have vision directly on No Ping, they have a pretty good idea of what they're up to most of the time.
Yeah,
somebody's got to show up top soon. There it is. The Sven gonna hit the wave. MKB complete for him. So now they have the item to deal with the Terrorblade. Now they can focus him down. I feel like in some ways this choice of just not going BKB at all, there is an opportunity here for No Ping to punish that.
That is, yeah, I would agree. You can all in on Arteezy. That's why you buy the MKB here. And they're pinging it. So now EG know they've got to be a little cautious. It was actually Arteezy who pinged it. Like, guys, they can actually kill me. Let's consider this a little bit.
Evil Geniuses, you could see everybody in a position to break a smoke on a high ground. No Ping playing the hard right side of this tier 2. HFN's gonna pop out. Rocket Player's gonna scout him. Okay, this is no longer a good hiding spot. They're not okay with this anymore.
I love playing clocks to 5 position. It's just controlling the vision. You have a BKB interrupt. You can find kills. Throw your life away. Who cares? Fly is 2-10, but he's done his job admirably.
Fly almost threw out the hook shot there. They saw Dark Mago there for a second, thanks to the ward on the high ground and 2 sentries in place. Dark Mago very aggressive, trying to catch somebody here. The rest of the team is going to sweep across. Look at this move. They're going to get onto the triangle ahead of Evil Geniuses.
Got to be aggressive here.
right as Roshan's about to spawn. Now, if Evil Geniuses move back into their own triangle with this move, it's going to be a nasty trap, and NOPING's not going to wait for him. They pop forward. Immediately blinking forward. Ice finds the initiation first, and he caught the Lion too. A big pickup. Oh dear, Fly. He managed to put him inside of the cogs with the hook shot as well. HFN is being ripped apart by RTZ. Got another one. Abed jumping forward, does manage to catch the Invoker now. Should be able to, with the Dragon Tail, finish him off with no buyback on HFN. Evil Geniuses, they pinged out the MKB. They probably have a bit of a winkling here that there is no buyback on him. He just bought a very expensive item.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised to see, I mean, they have all their spells up, so why not just look to push? In fact, you could potentially just threaten Throne here. There's the buyback on Matthew, but man, NOPING, they gotta recognize, my Sven is itemized just to kill the Terrorblade. You go for a clock, you blind blink. If you don't find Arteezy, you're screwed.
Yeah. No, it's just been this game where they need to be able to find him. Finally, they do. Ice Blast Spear going out. Finger death, and he's dead. They got the magic damage to kill him. They don't need the Sven, but hook shot in from Flies. Looking to be able to punish this Invoker with the sharpshooter. Shot went wide. Dart Mago looks to be able to make his way back. Oh, the Ult Scepter. Remnant coming out, but he does manage to get back. Okay, resetting. Dragon Tail going. Oh no, the Invoker thought they had Abed dead, but instead, Abed is the one to kill the Invoker. Oscar still looking to be able to run him down, but they got to be careful here. They're rapidly running out of damage. Dissimulate dodge. No hit there. Evil Geniuses will continue their push forward. 20 seconds to kill the Sven. Maybe they can get this tier 3, but their damage
not so great with no Arteezy, who just got he got blasted off the map.
Yeah. Finger of Death plus Ice Blast.
Finally used on the Terrorblade.
Yeah.
The spell amplification. This is why AA is such a top tier pick. It's just unfortunate it took them till their last Rax defense to be able to land the combo successfully. Now an Aghanim Scepter on the DK, and it's not just 3 EG heroes, but 4. Surpassing every member of NOPING save the HFN Sven. Fly, just such a great job absorbing
with the Aghanim's Black Dragon, Ice, and Abed. Jump forward and catch Oscar. And now HFN, he's going to be spotted, managed to dodge the hook shot, but it won't be able to dodge this Yule's combo. Silenced up, bushwhacked as well. Ice playing around this high ground area. He can back out if he wants to. Fly, not so easy for him. He's going to be stuck inside the cogs. HFN trying to make his way out of these cogs, but he got the talent as well. And now HFN, whose BKB is down. Arteezy's here. The shots bouncing between Oscar and Matthew, who cannot get out. Silenced up. Pandaboo's going to be safe for last, but HFN is already out of the game. They called it, and Evil Geniuses taking game 1 without breaking too much of a sweat.
Yeah, a pick off here and there, but ultimately the engagement around the Roche pick kind of sealed the deal. And EG really just not challenged, it feels like. Just played their own game, relaxed. It got a little shaky. I was like, whoa, does HFN have too much farm? But no, the Scotty came out on Terrorblade, and suddenly it felt like EG were back in control. You can see NOPING subdued. They were close last night to qualifying to TI. They need to win this series to have a shot. And right now, they do look a little outmatched. I don't expect to see Terrorblade make its second phase again. And perhaps address the DK. They did. Wasn't enough.
Yeah, it's a story that has happened for the entire